Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple. Good morning, Sergeant Shane Hawley.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. We are going to talk about traffic again.
Again, every time we have to do traffic.
We never seem to get enough traffic questions. In fact, we even have some questions we're going to have to delay till next month because they require more research. So,
yeah, well, maybe we just do traffic month.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
All right. But here's the question. The first one relates to the U-turn law in the city of Edmonds. When is it legal or illegal to take a U-turn? Because people have observed that. And then after that, we'll talk a little bit about the four-way stop around the fountain. But let's talk about U-turns first.
All right. So the easiest way to explain the U-turns is they're legal except for the following four things.
Okay.
One, you have to be able to do it safely, not impeding traffic. I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yes.
You don't get to pull a U-turn in front of some other car,
Right.
thereby forcing them to stop or cause a collision or something along those lines. Okay. Number two, it can't be in a curved portion of the roadway.
All right.
All right. So if the road
Because of
is
visibility.
curving, that's a visibility thing.
Yeah.
Number three is also a visibility thing. You can't make a U-turn when you're approaching the crest of a hill.
Okay.
The law calls it a grade, but technically it's a hill. Anytime the roadway's sloping up, so that you are not visible from 500 feet from the approaching car.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yes.
The approaching car has to be able to see you at a distance
Yeah.
of 500 feet.
Pretty common sense, actually.
It does. All the traffic stuff comes down to safety
Okay.
and keeping cars from running into each other.
Yes.
Or I should say people from running into each
Important
other.
goal.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is, kind of caveat, unless it's posted.
Okay.
So if it's posted as a no U-turn zone, then you can't do it.
Okay.
And most of those you're going to find out like on Highway 99 at intersections. So when you have your left turn lane, you've got a left turn arrow. If it says no U-turn, then you can't make a U-turn there.
Okay, and I'm assuming that has been a judgment call on the part of traffic engineers or whoever put the signs up that this is not a safe place to do that.
It is. A lot of it has to do with turning distance and so forth. But you go to other places, and some intersections are designed for you
Yeah.
to make U-turns specifically. So they've widened the lanes. You have areas for those U-turns to be made.
Right, yeah, I would imagine, especially if there's like a traffic barrier that might prevent you to turn somewhere, and they probably put a U-turn just specifically to make that
Yeah,
easier.
especially in business districts where you have
Yeah.
long stretches of curbs, because you may be getting a lot of left turn accidents, so you put a curb up to keep people, but you got to be able to get around at some point in time, so
Okay,
yeah, that.
all right. Oh, now the question about the famous fountain intersection at 5th and Main,
Okay.
where we often have the question of, is it a roundabout? Because some people think they've gone to the roundabout up the hill, and they come down to that, and they see this thing in the middle with a circle, and they think, oh, this is just like what I just went through up the hill. But it's actually a four-way stop, right?
It is a four-way stop, and it has been a four-way stop for seemingly forever.
Yes.
As long, I can't remember it not being a four-way stop at
Okay.
this point in time. There are stop signs posted there. It is a four-way intersection, just like anything else. You just happen to have a fountain in the middle of it.
Right.
Okay, and it probably throws people off because they're starting to see more roundabouts everywhere. We put the one in up at Five Corners now. So they're posted. You do have to stop behind that line and pay extra special attention for pedestrians.
Right,
There's
because
a lot of foot traffic.
boy, there is, and I think
Yeah.
that's part of the issue, I think, for drivers, is that pedestrians don't really seem to, most of the time, pay any attention. They just walk without looking, and they don't really even seem to be obeying any rules.
Correct.
So that is absolutely, I think,
Correct.
good advice to
And
watch.
it's also important to point out, especially at that intersection, that if you're going to make a left turn, you have to go around the
Right.
fountain.
You can't take a
You
shortcut.
can't, no
I
cutting.
have not seen anybody do that, but that happens?
Yes, that does
Oh
happen.
my gosh.
That does
Wow.
happen, and we've seen that. And our traffic unit works that intersection.
Yeah.
We get complaints about it. We see the issues there, and so we do enforcement. But people do cut left, not around the fountain,
Yeah.
just and you're in the oncoming lane of traffic at
Yes,
that
you
point
are.
in time.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
So
Okay.
that's kind of a dangerous thing.
All right, well, be alert when you're around the fountain,
Yep.
and be alert everywhere, and watch for the U-turn rules. So thank you very much.
There you go.
We will be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.